Hi guys, welcome to the Player First YouTube channel. This is where I'm going to break down some different ideas about how you can reach your full potential as a player, be happy with your experience as an athlete, and ultimately help provide some guidance on making the different decisions that every athlete faces no matter what sport they play. And particularly I'll probably hone in on baseball and softball players just because that's the athletes that I work with the most. But there are other instances where we'll speak to it. For example, knee injuries aren't very common in the baseball and softball world. They're becoming, unfortunately, more common in the softball world, but that's much more maybe in the basketball or soccer world, where like concussions aren't common in the baseball and softball world, but very, very common in the football world. So with those different topics, I will refer to other experts, other coaches, others who are much more engrossed into that community and environment, and allow them to speak to the overarching theme, but then zero in on the things that are particular to those athletes. So this is kind of the mission and vision portion of the channel, and that's the mission. And the vision is that this content that's put out is going to help athletes make more educated decisions about the different things that they face every day, whether it's from practice to practice, day to day, month to month, team to team, organization to organization. We want to put the players first, which a lot of times they're put last, and that leads to some of the bad experiences that come from youth sports, from sports in general, whether that's on the mental emotional side, burnout and you quitting and hating your sport. Maybe that's on the physical side. Obviously, injuries is one of the big ones. It could lead to the probably frustration between different parties. The first one that we'll topic, and I'll tease it a little bit right here, is the three main entities that matter, I think, in this equation are the player, the coach, and the parent. And a lot of different situations can arise that lead to miscommunication, can lead to frustration, and ultimately the player is the one who has to suffer the consequence for the different decisions made by all parties. And I want to put the power back into the player's hands and then enable them and give them some topics and some ways to approach those conversations with the people who are around you, who do care about you. But ultimately, like deep down inside, we as human beings are always going to put our needs first with something that's not as essential. Like, here's a really dumb example. Like, parents do put their child's needs in front of their own personal needs. I'd say overwhelming majority of the time, but there are times where they don't, and that can get frustrating for the players. The other way around is like sports are they're kind of a luxury. It's not like everyone doesn't have the right to play sports. So a lot of times the different organizations and coaches and entities are going to take advantage of players. And I want to be that voice that can help equip the players to make educated decisions when it comes to really every different obstacle that they face. And that's really at the heart of why I do what I do, is to help athletes stay safe, stay healthy, and then on the fun side, reach their full potential as an athlete. And I think having this conversation and opening avenues of communication with players and parents and coaches and administrators and all the above will help get everybody on the same page, and then that'll allow us to put the players first, their needs, their desires, and then ultimately leads to everyone being happy when everything is all said and done. So this is kind of the short intro episode. There'll be one each week. I will tease each of the topics with a 1 minute, or I will be calling it the Monday Minute, that will be posted on the ID3 Training Instagram account and Facebook account and page. That will then also lead to a poll or a questionnaire or some type of interactive component. I want to build a community, and I want to enable others to communicate and and provide feedback to this entire equation, because then I think that'll help define better topics to make sure that I'm not the driving force, because I'm not a player anymore, I'm a coach. So I want to know what do players need help with, what do they need to be educated on, what do they want, what obstacles are they facing that I can help, or another professional can help them with, and I think that will lead to a fruitful community of people who are saying, no, we're going to start putting the players first. Like, we all used to be athletes, and to some shape or form we face these different scenarios, and we want to make sure that everyone is educated on making the right decisions. So keep an eye out for that Monday Minute. Please interact with some of the questionnaires that will be put out, polls that will be made. I want more feedback. I want as much feedback as possible. And I'll do my best. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm not trying to, put names out there that don't want to be. Things can be anonymous. You can always DM or email or message. It's more so I want to help athletes make the right decisions when it comes to their sporting careers. And we probably won't limit it to that. We'll probably stretch out into academic, choosing teams, choosing schools, those type of things. With that, I'll leave you to enjoy the start of your weekend. Hopefully the Halloween festivities were a great time, and keep an eye out for that Monday Minute coming. Will be posted probably right away on Monday this coming week. So looking forward to all of the discussion, the debating. I love debating. We'll talk a little bit about that in the next episode, but in a fruitful way, in a good way, in a way to help others grow and myself grow, and yes, helping put athletes first.